Hi guys, and thanks for joining the weekly site setup webinar. Like every week, I want to go through 4 different points. What's new this week, overview, production, assigning help, and the Q&A. Last week, we had a lot of new stuff. So if you have any questions about that, please in the Q&A, go over it and I can answer any questions that might be there. I didn't get any people booked for calls who wanted to plan site production. So I'm guessing that people are talking to the country managers and the elite WordPress there. But if you want my help with that, please reach out either in the chat on the site or just email me directly. Then I can help with that as well if you want to build sites. The new stuff I want to go through this week. The first one is not really new. It's website managers. We've had it for a while already. And the second is that we are going to start using Schema on all of the sites that we're building. So there's a couple of changes that are going to come through that. So the website managers are people who have experience building sites or managing affiliate websites. If you are a person like that, we would like to work with you. Basically, you working on your own site, sharing the experience, but also sharing in the rewards of building the website. We have a ton of websites in casino, in loans, in hair transplants, and e-health, and things like that. So we want to work with you there if you want to share your experience and work on your own project on the site. So that is something you might be interested in. The second thing is I want to start adding schema.org markup to all of the sites that we're building where appropriate. So for our affiliate sites, we will do a separate webinar together with Michaela to discuss how we do the setup for reviews. But I see that most of the websites that we're building, they have an FAQ on the homepage or sometimes even on all the different pages. So I would like us to start using schema markup there so that we also reflect that in the SERP. So for those of you who don't know, schema is basically a structured way of talking to Google and other search engines to tell them what kind of content you're writing. So for FAQ, it is of course a question and answer. And you can see that back in the search results. So on the right example, you see that the image there with an example site where you don't only see the meta title and description, but you also see the FAQs that actually show up on the page. So you really stand out, of course, in the search results, which we like, and it should help get people to come to your site more. So the setup for FAQs is really, really simple. We're not going to do something too complicated there. I put a link in here to one of the sites where you can find an example generator. So if you just search for FAQ JSON schema generator, you will find it. I can send the link on Skype as well if you ask me. So the only thing here you have to do is you copy in the question and the answer from the content that you have on the website. So how does this work? And here you paste the answer. And you can add multiple questions here. And here on the right side, you see the script that is required for this to work. When you have copy pasted all your questions and answers here, and of course they're already on the site. So on the site, you don't change anything. You just leave the normal, usually people use a toggle box to show the FAQ there. You leave that, but you can take the script here. Just make sure you take until the end of the script. So this comment here at the end, you can just leave that. We don't need that one. Copy the script and just add this in an HTML box anywhere on the page. And when you do that, then it will not be visible on the page to normal human readers, but it will be visible to search engines. So they will see that there is an FAQ on the page that might be helpful for Google to index to actually show some helpful results there. So I would like to start doing this on every single site. And from now on, any sites that we will deliver, if you have an FAQ, please do this. Otherwise, we will not pass the site from a technical aspect. Also here, I've put a link where you can test rich snippets with Google. So if you put the URL in here and it has the FAQ on it, you will see if it passes or not. So for example, yeah, I don't have an example here, I think. But once you run it through here, you can either do smartphone or you can do desktop. Both, of course, should work. It should work. So you will see the results there, and it should come back as an FAQ, rich snippets that it is valid for that. Does anyone have any questions about this, or is this pretty clear?
I have a question. Can I add questions not only from the FAQ, but if I have on a sub page, I have a good question as well that I think would be interesting. Can I add it as well, or it's only the FAQ on the site on the? It has to be.
So you can add it on every single page.
I can add one on.
Yeah, so it's page dependent, and the questions that you put in this schema markup should also be on the actual page. So you cannot add questions that are not visible on the page.
No, okay.
So this is, I mean, it's very, very straightforward. Make sure you test it in the rich results just to see that it all is working. If you have any questions about it, either next week in the webinar, ask me, or ping me on Skype or in the chat so that we can go through it. Of course, also, if you're doing any type of other websites like reviews or about us pages with organization info, make sure you do schema there as well. In those cases, ask me if you cannot find it yourself. Otherwise, I expect us to start doing this. Then overview, production, and site review. Sorry, guys, 1 second. I'm just losing my voice almost, it seems. That's not good. So instead of going through all the sites, I mean, I talked about it last week. I don't want to be a police officer telling you guys what is right or what is wrong. We have documentation about that. We have recordings in terms of what is expected in terms of content and what is expected in terms of setup. So I'm not going through the sites and tell you guys what is right or wrong. I will do that when we do the payments at the beginning of January. Like I said before, if there's any mistakes there, then you will not get paid for the month so that you have a month to fix it. And then once it is fixed the next month, you will get paid for the previous month as well. So please just go through your sites and make stuff. Things are good there. If you have any questions, feel free to join this webinar. It's every single week. And here I am very much ready to help you guys answer any questions and help you with any questions or problems that you have. But I went through a couple of sites this morning where I looked at the setup and I saw things like HTML languages.fe, which is not correct, uploading files in months and dates, plugins that are not on auto update, themes that are not on auto update, comment sections that are filled out wrong, HTML languages EN UK, which is not correct, outdated PHP on sites. I mean, and this is just 4 websites that I looked at, and we finished way more than 4 websites this week. So there is a lot of stuff wrong there. In January, I will go through all of the sites when we do the payments. And these things like this, it will simply not pass. So please make sure you go back through your sites and make sure that everything is correct there. Otherwise, you have to do it in January, and then your payment will be a month delayed. So please check that and make sure that things are correct. Same with the content. I mean, obviously my Swedish, Finnish, Norwegian, Japanese is not very good, but I looked through the English sites. I couldn't find very much, but I saw, for example, here sentences that are not finishing, ending with a full stop. Space is missing, things like that. Also, that please pay attention to it. It cannot happen. And I expect them to be fixed. So when the site is finished, make sure you go through it quickly and just see that everything is correct there. We cannot deliver sites like this to clients. It's just not acceptable there. Does anyone have any questions about this? Nothing? Good. Does anyone need any help with their sites?
I was talking to Larson yesterday, and sorry, we've got builders. You can barely hear me probably. And what I'm struggling with the casino sites is we're running out of images. And all the sites beginning to look the same, and Larson agrees. And is there any way we can get some subscriptions to some places so we can get some more images? Because it's really difficult trying to make a site look good when there's so limited images that we can use.
I mean, we have an image subscription that you can use that has a lot of images. I understand that, I mean, casino-wise, it is not the easiest thing in the world. I think, I mean, escalate it to the client and ask them what they think we can do in terms of images and how they would like to approach it. They have a lot of their own images that they can use, of course, as well. They have an own image library that is only casino. So maybe somehow that we can get access to that, where we have branded content. But I think escalate it to the client and say, like, guys, I mean, this is what we're struggling with. How can we make this easier?
So
it's a good question. I mean, Sanna, you have contact with the client. Yeah, I know. Sanna, you have contact with the client there. Can you take this up with the client?
Yes, I can.
I mean, just mention, like, guys, we're struggling with the images. They're all looking the same. I mean, what can we put as a rule here? I mean, how do we make this easier? Do you guys have any casino, in this case, casino related images that we can use? I mean, just so that we make it a bit easier to do the setup there.
Yeah.
But it's a good question. Anyone else, anything? Anyone, anything with the shopping sites?
Me, I have my shopping site. Sorry, I turned off my sound. Yes, I have the Shopmat online, and I don't understand how to change the text on the banners in the product. If you go down a bit to the latest de senaste varorna, if you click on one of the products, or if you the one of the like the marshmallows or whatever, the buying.
These ones you mean?
Yeah. I can't figure out how to change that.
Yeah, that one is a little bit hidden, that's for sure. Let's log into the site. They are somewhere here, I think. I need to check myself as well where it is. No, here. Sanna, do you remember where it is? Somewhere here, I know, but can't remember where exactly.
Was it that importer? Where was it? Under product sets?
It might be here. Ah, yes, there we go.
There, okay, I've been looking everywhere. Yes. Thank you.
So what is it? Curb? No, something like that.
NU, sorry. Yeah, but with the small, not the capital letter, one N. Yeah, exactly. Oh, okay, thank you.
So product sets WC importer. Yeah. That's where it is hidden.
Thank you so much.
So that one is good then.
Yeah,
that is nice.
Yeah, and then I saw also that the client has been putting everything in. He's not been putting it in categories, like so they don't come up. If you click on Asiat is the first in the menu. They don't lead anywhere because it's 0 products. I think in the everything is in all products, and he's going to add up products later on. He said, but how do I do with that in the meantime?
Yeah, I mean, take it up with the client and say, like, guys, I mean, fix this. Otherwise, I cannot finish the site. It becomes really, really complicated. Yeah. So just take it in the chat and highlight it there. Yeah. You can tag me in as well. And I'm talking with the client there later today to see if we can take over doing the shopping feeds ourselves. So we might be able to go around them there so that we don't have to deal with that.
Okay.
One thing is, I mean, I don't know if we updated it in the descriptions in the setup, but this filter here, you can take it away from the search. Because
Okay.
it's kind of confusing because it doesn't do anything really.
Yeah.
It's just that you search in a certain category, so you can take this filter away.
Okay. Perfect.
And then in this case, it's only MatSmart here. I think we should, I mean, the client should
He
add a
only
couple of
wants
more
MatSmart
feeds.
for the moment. He told me I've been asking for more, and he's saying it's for the moment it's only MatSmart on this one.
Okay, but in that case, just take this away from the homepage because
Okay.
it just looks really funky.
Yeah.
This is good to me. So you have different links here, I assume.
I have the same one. He gave me one link, so I didn't dare. Should I still put into the Sista Chansen, even if he gives me another link?
No, you mean you can do two different links, but so one link should go to, I mean, new items, for example, and one goes to latest items.
Okay.
I can show you how to create that link yourself, but I mean, for now, just ask the client how to do it, then he can prepare it.
Okay. Thank you.
But that's it. So here you have a good example of the FAQ thing. I mean, so there's FAQ here. Do you guys want me to show you how to put it in the site or not? Then we have it in the recording.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah.
So here we have a question. So this is the question. This is the answer. And this one. So I'm just adding these two. So when you copy it until the end of the script. So this comment at the very end, you don't need it. It's just a link that is in the thing that it goes there. So I'm just copying this. Then anywhere here on the page, doesn't really matter where, you can add a HTML section. So I'm just adding it just before the actual list here. Just copy paste the script in there, you update it. You see on the page, it doesn't change anything. Nobody sees anything there. But when I run it through the URL here, which URL test, does it have any caching on it? No, I don't think so. Loading, loading, loading. So of course, when you do this, I mean, these ones should not be in all capital letters. You should do the normal capitalization there, so that it doesn't look really weird.
Mm.
Here I see I've made a mistake. I put in some English part as well. So Helene, you need to fix this after the call.
I'll do that. Yeah, I have to add the questions. So, yeah. Thank you.
So here you see the page is eligible for rich results. And you see it has an FAQ section here. And if I open it, you see that there is a question, an answer, another question, and another answer. So that is exactly what we want. And there's also a search action on the side. So this is the search box, which is already a rich item as well. So like this, it is perfect. Of course, if we have all the questions there, all 4 the questions, this is not capitalized. And you take the English type part that I mistakenly have in here, you take that away as well. Then it is all good. Does that make sense?
Thank you.
Okay, so then I leave this for you to fix, Helene, after the call. Does anyone else have any other questions, or can we close this webinar up for today?
I have.
Yes, Sanna.
If we are starting a new shopping site and there is nothing like product feeds, do we need to wait customer to tell us what to write there? What
For
kind of?
now, yes. I mean, I'm talking to the guys today together with Jem to see if we can somehow take over that part so that we have our own control and we don't have to wait for them.
Yeah.
But for now, we have to wait. So if that's a bottleneck, please tell me and tell me like, Jordan, these and these sites, we want to build them, but we don't know what products. Then I can speed it up a bit.
Yes, because I asked about 3 sites and I didn't get any answers yet. And
Just ping me the 3 sites on Skype, and I can ask right away because
Yeah.
Jem is at their office right now. So then I will sort it with him.
Yeah.
And it's the same. I mean, if you don't have any sites to build when you're working as a batch 4 person in Word app, then talk to your country manager, talk to your Eva, or talk to me. Then I can help you assign stuff there. Otherwise, I expect that everything is under control. So it's good that you bring it up, Sana. Just ping me on Skype, and I help you with that.
Yeah.
Anyone else? Anything? Okay, please, as I said, go through the sites for this month that you have done so far. Check the setup if you've done the setup, check the content if you have done the content so that there is no mistakes there. It took me 15 minutes to go through a couple of sites and I found a lot of stuff that is off. We cannot scale it like this. I mean, if the client will start seeing these things, they will not trust the entire system and they will make us go back through every single site we did in the last year. So please fix it so that everything is good there. Otherwise, if I start digging, I'm sure I will find a lot more stuff. And if I dig back, at least 12 months. So then I'm not just going to look at this month's stuff, I'm going to look at 12-month stuff. So please go through it so that those things are organized. Otherwise, it's not going to be good there. All right, guys, thanks so much for joining. I'll put the recording online. Talk to you guys next week, Tuesday. If there's anything until then, please ping me on Skype or write me in the chat on support. But this is really the best moment to talk to me because you'll have my full attention. Thanks so much, guys. Have a nice week and good luck with everything. Talk to you all soon. Bye, everyone.